In the darkness of June 21st and 22nd, 2025, a critical mission unfolded. The United States launched a series of powerful airstrikes against Iran's most protected nuclear sites. These were not just any targets. They were facilities like Fordow, buried deep inside a mountain, shielded by layers of rock and hardened concrete. The world held its breath as news broke. President Trump would later announce the facilities were completely and totally obliterated. The strikes were a major event on the world stage. They raised many serious questions. How could this happen without anyone knowing until it was over? The answer lies in a combination of incredible technology and careful planning. The mission's success depended on two key elements working together perfectly. The first was the ability to fly into heavily defended enemy airspace completely undetected. The second was the power to destroy bunkers built to withstand almost any conventional attack. This was not a simple bombing run. It was a complex operation that required a very specific aircraft and a very specific weapon. The mission was designed to send a clear and powerful message about American military capability. The aircraft chosen for this dangerous task was the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber. These remarkable planes took off from Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri, flying halfway around the world to reach their targets. Their journey was long and perilous, crossing over hostile territories equipped with advanced air defense systems. Yet, they moved like ghosts through the night. Iranian officials would later confirm they were never aware of the bomber's presence. The planes arrived, delivered their devastating payload, and vanished back into the darkness without a trace. This stunning operation was a direct response to growing international concerns. Just a week earlier, on June 13th, an Israeli attack on the same Fordow facility had failed to cause significant damage. Their weapons simply could not reach the deeply buried chambers. The United States decided to act, using its unique assets to achieve what others could not. The mission involved about 125 aircraft in total, including support roles and submarine-launched Tomahawk missiles for other sites. But it was the B-2S that handled the most difficult part of the job, striking at the very heart of Iran's nuclear ambitions. The B-2 Spirit bomber is unlike any other aircraft in the world. Its secret to success is something called stealth. This means it is designed to be nearly invisible to radar. When an ordinary plane flies, radar stations on the ground send out radio waves that bounce off the aircraft. The radar dish collects these returning waves, revealing the plane's location, speed, and direction. The B-2, however, is built to defeat this system. Its unique shape and special materials are engineered to either absorb or deflect radar waves away from the source, making it incredibly difficult to find. The most noticeable feature of the B-2 is its shape. It looks like a giant, dark boomerang, a design known as a flying wing. This shape has no tail fins or a distinct body like a normal plane. All those flat surfaces and sharp angles on a traditional aircraft are perfect for bouncing radar signals back to their source. The B-2's smooth, blended curves and sharp, angular edges are carefully calculated to scatter radar waves in all directions. Instead of a clear signal returning to the radar dish, only a tiny, faint echo comes back, if anything at all. Beyond its shape, the B-2 is covered in a special skin made of radar-absorbing materials. Think of it like a sponge, but for radio waves instead of water. When radar signals hit the bomber, this advanced coating traps and absorbs a large portion of their energy. This further reduces any signal that might bounce back. The combination of its shape and its skin is so effective that the B-2's radar cross-section, the size it appears on a radar screen, is said to be as small as that of a bird. For air defense operators on the ground, the bomber simply doesn't appear. To maintain this invisibility, every detail of the B-2 is designed for stealth. Even the engines are buried deep inside the aircraft's wings. This shields their heat from infrared sensors and hides the spinning fan blades from radar. All weapons are carried inside the plane in internal bomb bays. This keeps the bomber's profile smooth and unbroken, preventing bombs or missiles from creating radar reflections. These features work together flawlessly, allowing the B-2S to fly deep into Iran, pass right over sophisticated air defense networks, and remain completely unseen. Destroying a target hidden deep inside a mountain requires a special kind of weapon. A normal bomb would just explode on the surface, causing little more than a scratch. For the mission against Iran's Fordow facility, the U.S. Air Force used its most powerful bunker buster, the GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, or MOP. This is not an ordinary bomb. It is a colossal, precision-guided weapon weighing an astonishing 30,000 pounds. It was specifically designed for one purpose: to drill through layers of earth and reinforced concrete to destroy the most hardened targets on the planet. The MOP's power is almost difficult to comprehend. It is built to penetrate over 200 feet of hardened concrete before detonating its nearly 2,400-kilogram explosive payload. When dropped from a high altitude, the bomb builds up tremendous speed, hitting the ground like a guided meteor. Its hardened steel casing allows it to slice through rock and concrete, burrowing deep underground. Only after it has reached its programmed depth does the massive warhead explode. The resulting blast is powerful enough to obliterate underground chambers, equipment, and anything else hidden far below the surface. A weapon this enormous requires an equally impressive aircraft to carry it. The GBU-57 MOP is so large and heavy that only one plane in the entire U.S. arsenal is capable of delivering it: the B-2 Spirit bomber. The bomber's two massive internal bomb bays are uniquely configured to carry two of these giant weapons, one in each bay. No other bomber or fighter jet has the capacity or the structural strength to lift such a heavy payload. This exclusive pairing of the B-2 and the MOP gives the United States a unique capability to hold any deeply buried target at risk, anywhere in the world. During the mission against Fordow, reports indicate that the facility was struck by a staggering 14 of these massive ordnance penetrators. This overwhelming force was calculated to ensure total destruction. Each bomb was precisely guided to its target point, striking in a planned sequence to systematically tear apart the underground complex. The first bombs likely fractured the mountain's surface and outer layers of protection. The subsequent bombs then penetrated even deeper, reaching the core of the facility and ensuring that nothing could survive the onslaught. The success of the June 2025 mission was not due to a single piece of technology. It was the result of a perfect fusion of stealth and overwhelming power. The B-2 Spirit's ability to remain invisible and the GBU-57 MOP's ability to destroy anything it hit were two sides of the same coin. One capability would have been useless without the other. A powerful bomb is no good if the plane carrying it gets shot down before it can reach the target. Likewise, a stealth plane is not a threat if it cannot carry a weapon powerful enough to destroy the intended target. Imagine the scene from the perspective of the Iranian air defense forces. They operated some of the most advanced radar systems available, constantly scanning the skies for threats. On the night of the strike, their screens likely showed nothing out of the ordinary. There were no blips representing incoming bombers, no alarms, and no warnings. The B-2s, with their ghost-like radar profile, simply did not exist to them. They flew silently and invisibly through the defensive net that was supposed to protect the country's most valuable assets. This absolute stealth was the first critical step to success. Once over the target, the second part of the mission began. The B-2's bomb bay doors opened for just a few moments to release the massive GBU-57 bombs. The weapons, guided by GPS, fell silently toward the mountain below. After the bombs were away, the bay doors closed, and the B-2 returned to its stealthy configuration, turning for home as invisibly as it had arrived. The entire attack, from entering airspace to dropping the bombs and leaving, was completed without the enemy ever knowing they were there. The first sign of an attack was the ground-shaking impact of the MOPs themselves. In the end, the mission achieved its primary objectives with chilling efficiency. The bunkers at Fordow and other key nuclear sites were hit with precision and devastating force. The planes that delivered the ordnance were never seen, never engaged, and never threatened. U.S. Defense Secretary Hegseth later called it a spectacular military success, confirming that all munitions struck their targets. The operation showed how the B-2's unique combination of stealth and payload capacity allows it to project power in a way no other system can, fundamentally changing the rules of modern warfare.